Are you a man? If not, don't worry about it. Do you like wearing fragrances? Are you trepidatious about rose-dominant fragrances? Hey, I get it. I was that guy. But then I discovered these stunning rose fragrances that I think actually enhance my masculinity. Let's talk about them. The first rose-dominant fragrance I remember trying was Frederic Malle's Portrait of a Lady, and I had a really intense, negative experience with that. I'd never smelled anything like it. I sprayed it on and I just thought, I can't wear this. I smell like a grandma. And then I had to get through an entire shift at work feeling very self-conscious. After that living hell, it took me a little while to get around to giving rose another chance, but I'm so glad I did, because the fragrances I'm going to talk about are some of my favourite fragrances, period. The first fragrance is a very unique designer fragrance that comes in a very unique bottle shaped like a teddy bear, but this smells so interesting that people will probably want to cuddle you like a teddy bear. From Moschino, or Moschino, it's Toyboy. This one's built around rose. It is a very rosy fragrance, but there's an assertive spiciness with pink pepper and nutmeg. There's also a dry woody vetiver that really adds to its masculine, enhancing quality. I keep mentioning masculinity and worn by a man, and I truly believe that these fragrances do enhance masculinity, but that's not to say that they are exclusively male fragrances. Yeah, some of them are marketed towards males, but I think women could wear these fragrances as well. So if you're a woman, don't switch off. I got you. I also get a refreshing black tea accord in this fragrance, which I really enjoy. There isn't any tea notes listed at all, so it's probably other notes combining to make me think of that. Fun fact, you might not know this, but I'm a big fan of Earl Grey tea. I drink a cup every morning without fail, and there's something about this fragrance that makes me think of an Earl Grey cup of tea. Could be the bergamot in here, but whatever it is, it's a very unique, quite ballsy smell for a designer fragrance. It's going to grab attention, it's got huge performance. Embrace the rose, embrace the teddy. One of my absolute favourite Creed fragrances, and actually one of my all-time favourite masculine smells, is Creed Viking. Rose is in here, you can smell it, but it's not too dominant. It blends in really nicely with a spiciness and a fresh spearmint. So you have this freshness and some strong woody notes with vetiver. Then, just sandwiched in the middle of all of that, is that rose. It seems to give the scent a refinement, an elegance and sophistication. And for me, whenever I wear Viking, I find it really confidence inspiring. So wear this and you'll feel like you can conquer anything, even a phobia of rose in your cologne. So we've established what gender you are, we've established that you like fragrances. I need to also ask you, do you like desserts? If you do, I think you're gonna love this next fragrance. This is the strongest fragrance in this whole video. It's absolute beast mode powerhouse. From Gallagher Fragrances, it's Rosé Noir. The rose is very prominent in this, but so is the fruity aspect. There's apple and plum, which give it a sweet apple dessert quality. I would actually classify this as a sweet gourmand. Stopping the sweetness from completely stealing the show are robust notes of leather and oud. They're not quite as strong as the rose and apple dessert accord, but still they're just helping to balance everything out. This is seriously one of the strongest fragrances I own. If you like to wear a scent that will stand out, that will get you noticed, that will make a statement, then this one could be for you. When you spray this on, you'll probably smell good enough to eat, but don't overspray it or people won't want to eat you. And that's bad, because let's face it, it's always nice to be eaten. Most guys, I would say, love ozonic aquatic scents. It's a traditionally masculine smell. A lot of guys also love leather in their fragrances. Combine these elements of classical men's perfumery together, throw in a little bit of rose, and you've got London from Gallivant. It's actually cucumber that brings the watery aquatic smell to this one, and leather really anchors the fragrance, and both these things just take the edge off the rose. Just enough to make this a very unique yet mass appealing fragrance. I love wearing this because it's got so much attitude, yet it's such a likeable and airy scent at the same time. Very refined and sophisticated, works super well in casual situations. Throw on your leather jacket and get your Gallivant on, and go to London. If you love fragrance as much as I do, head over to my online store, luxparfum.co.uk. You'll find my favourite brands, plus brands you can't find anywhere else in the UK. Link is in the description. One of the most classically masculine fragrances ever known to man in the history of the entire world is Habit Rouge from Galan, which has a fairly prominent rose note. It's really well blended with all sorts of other notes in there, so the rose doesn't stick out too much. This brand new flanker from Galan doesn't have rose listed, although I do get something rose-like in it. It's Habit Rouge, Rouge Prive. It still has the fresh citrus of the original, but the leather and the vanilla are dialed up in this, making it a very robust, full-bodied type of scent. Perfect as a formal scent or even a date night scent. Spicy rose, leather, sweetened and warmed with vanilla. It hints at a vintage smell, but modernizes everything. Really great new release from Galan. Sample if you can. A popular note to pair with rose is oud, and one of the best rose oud fragrances I have is from SweDoft. It's called Black Rose. Definitely not a stinky oud in this. It's nice and clean, slightly medicinal, but it's very easy on the nose. There's also incense, which helps give the scent a very smooth, sensual quality. Smells like Middle Eastern luxury. Very opulent and expensive smelling. There's also a little wisp of smoke running through this, which adds an extra dimension of mysteriousness. 180 euros for 100 ml, which is pretty reasonable considering how luxurious and expensive this one smells. It's perfect for formal occasions or events where you want to give off the impression that you have lots of money, like auctions. This next one has a similarly luxurious, expensive smell, except this time it is expensive. From Roja Parfums, it's the beautiful, stunning Amber Oud. Some of the prominent notes in this are rose, oud, fig, white florals, oak moss, and warm spices. You might have picked up on the subtle hint that I think this is an incredible fragrance. It's almost otherworldly in its endless smooth depth. It's another one I really enjoy wearing for formal occasions or special occasions. It just feels like that fragrance that you couldn't just wear casual. It's just too good to wear to go to the shops in. It's got to be worn for something really special, for a memorable occasion. For me, that's going to the toilet, always a special occasion, and this pairs really nicely with that because obviously my poops smell of roses. Of course, I wear it for many other more important special occasions than that, but whenever I do choose to wear this, one thing is for certain, this being a parfum concentration, it lasts forever. This is strong stuff. It just goes on and on. So for me, this is a very special fragrance, possibly maybe out of a lot of people's budget, but I would urge you to try and sample it if you can, or if you see a bottle with a really good deal on it somewhere, definitely worth trying out. I'll leave it up to you to decide whether you think at full retail this is worth £600. Next is a rose fragrance from the house of Zaharoff. It's called Zaharoff Signature Rosé. Zaharoff Signature Rosé has Turkish and Bulgarian roses. It's getting a little greedy with its roses, but also in this there is myrrh, oud and vanilla. The rose is blended exquisitely into the Zaharoff Signature DNA. A little bit spicy, a little bit jammy, very, very classy smelling fragrance. One of my favorite things about this fragrance is this light airiness that it has, which actually makes it appropriate for lots of different types of occasions. It is equally as good as a casual scent as it would be wearing it for a formal occasion, so it's got pretty decent versatility, this one. Probably the most versatile in this video. As the name suggests, Zaharoff Signature, this could easily become someone's signature scent, in my opinion. One of my favourite brands is Tom Ford. One of my favourite lines from Tom Ford is the Private Blend. One of my favourite fragrances in the Private Blend is a fragrance that is a mix of rose and chocolate. Kind of smells like a chocolate-covered Turkish delight, and you will too if you wear Tom Ford's Noir de Noir. This chocolatey smell could be coming from the patchouli and the vanilla combining, but quite frankly, I don't care where it's coming from because it just smells amazing. The epitome of a perfect date fragrance. It's sensual, it's alluring, it's addictive. Maybe not for everyone because it is quite a strong smell, so I would always recommend trying before you buy. Get into a store, give it a smell, see if you like it, put it on your skin, wear it for half an hour before you make up your mind on whether this fragrance is going to work on you. But if you can pull this off, you're in for a treat. I was chatting with the Curlies recently, Andrea from Curly Scents and Michelle from Curly Fragrance, both lovely lasses. I'm thinking about changing my channel name to Curly Colognes because anyone with a YouTube channel with Curly in the title seems to do really well, get about 1 million subscribers apparently. Right, anyway, the Curlies were singing the praises of this next fragrance. They were saying how sexy and alluring they find this on a man. From Kajal Fragrances, it's Lamar. I can see why they love this. This is a spicy, creamy, fruity rose scent. The rose is jammy and creamy, almost venturing into gourmand territory with its creaminess. And did I mention it's creamy? The quality of this is incredible. Not only is it mass appealing, it's got fantastic performance, versatility, attention grabbingness. All this for £180 for 100ml, which I think is pretty reasonable considering you're getting a fragrance that smells this good, this high quality, and has double curly approval and cream. There we go, 10 stunning rose fragrances that have made me fall in love with rose. Obviously, there are many more rose fragrances. Other famous ones, which I've had samples of in the past that I've burned through, are MFK's Oud Satin Mood and Amouage's Lyric Man. Love those. Let me know if there are rose fragrances that you feel enhance your masculinity or whatever gender you are. Do you have a favorite rose-based fragrance that enhances what you have? Does it make you feel confident? Does it make you feel good? Let me know down there in the comments. I hope you found this video useful. I hope you liked it. If you did, you know what to do. Give it a like. Subscribe if you haven't already. And if you do all that, I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.